This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. First tonight, a newly formed tropical depression in the southwestern Caribbean. It's predicted to become a tropical storm later tonight. Let's get to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your first alert forecast. Bob?
Yeah, that could happen fairly soon. Right now, we are watching the system move off toward the northwest very slowly right now. It is still a tropical depression, and one thing to note, it's still out over the water, but there's a chance it could right along scoot into Nicaragua and Honduras, and how strong it emerges into the western portion, the northwestern portion of the Caribbean will determine how strong the system will be as it enters into the Gulf of Mexico. There's a lot of uncertainty as to the exact intensity of this storm, though, as a result of the warm waters here in the northwest Caribbean. If it doesn't really disrupt its flow too much over Nicaragua and Honduras, then it could be a stronger storm. But right now, the thinking is that it will be a Category 1 hurricane. So it's not going to be a huge storm in terms of wind, but it could be a Category 1 hurricane in the Gulf. Right now, it's moving to the northwest at 6, top winds at 35. We are starting to see some deep convection developing around the center, although the western edge is still void of any deep convection at this point. And it looks like it's going to move right along the coast there and eventually emerge out into the northwestern Caribbean by Thursday, late afternoon and evening, and then develop into a possible hurricane by early Saturday morning. And then by Saturday evening, be parallel again with Fort Myers as a Category 1 hurricane. Now, this is a lot of uncertainty as to this point. The European forecast model is suggesting a closer move toward Florida, while all the other models are suggesting a more westerly course, and that's a result of this low pressure now, which is hanging off the coast of Florida. And so that will determine how strong the high pressure ridge is over the Bahamas and which way it's going to move in the future. So the main point you take away from here is we have to wait for this system to play out through Thursday, and especially by late Thursday, we'll have a better idea as to how strong that high pressure ridge will be. But it looks like it will definitely make landfall into the United States as a hurricane. And once again, this is the area of low pressure which will determine the future path and track of what could be Nate within the next 12 hours as it makes its way through the western Caribbean. This will, however, bring us a good chance for showers and storms throughout the day on Thursday, so our rain chances will be elevated. Right now, some light rainfall well inland into Highlands and also into DeSoto County at this time. Winds are still brisk out of the northeast, anywhere from 15 to 20 miles an hour, up to 24 now in Anna Maria. And winds out of the northeast as well down south into Rotunda and Warm Mineral Springs. Well, more of the forecast and take a little bit more look at what's going on with Tropical Depression number 16 in just a few minutes. Jacqueline?
All right, thank you, Bob. Tonight, there are new details about the Las Vegas shooter and the woman who lived with him. Authorities questioning her as they continue their investigation into the deadliest mass shooting in modern American history. And the president visiting with first responders and victims. ABC's Lana Zach is outside the Mandalay Bay Hotel in Las Vegas with the very latest.
I am devastated by the deaths and injuries that have occurred.
These are the first public words of Mary Lou Danley, the shooter's girlfriend, as read by her attorney.
It never occurred to me in any way whatsoever that he was planning violence against anyone.
She says that when Stephen Paddock sent her to the Philippines and wired her money, she worried he was breaking up with her. But in reality, he had something truly evil planned.
Stephen Paddock is a man who spent decades acquiring weapons and ammo and living a secret life, much of which will never be fully understood.
Authorities say Paddock checked into multiple hotels with rooms overlooking the concert, and they now believe that he planned to escape. Meanwhile, the community, the survivors, and the loved ones of the victims are all trying to heal.
There is no ocean that can hold these tears, and there's no fix for my broken heart.
As the president offered these words of comfort.
We stand together to help you carry your pain. You're not alone.
And for the first time, we're learning the identity of that hero security guard who first encountered the gunman. His name, Jesus Campos, and he continued to help police even after he had been shot. Reporting from Las Vegas, Lana Zach, ABC News.
And we will continue to bring the latest developments on the Las Vegas shooting investigation as well as weather conditions across the Suncoast by downloading the ABC7 Weather and News app. Once you download the apps, you'll get updates on the forecast, breaking news, and local stories straight to the palm of your hands. Habitat for Humanity will be building its 4th affordable housing neighborhood in Manatee County. The neighborhood will feature more than a dozen homes in the Samoset area of Bradenton. ABC7's Rick Adams has details.
Well, right at the moment, this former tomato farm sits very empty, but all that's about to change. Habitat for Humanity will be building a small community here. Up to 18 single-family homes will be built on these 3 acres. Manatee County Habitat for Humanity recently bought the land, which used to be a growing spot for tomatoes.
We're very excited about doing a community, particularly in this area where there is a great need for affordable housing. We know that it's going to involve a lot of the community members that come together and that have come together with us in the past.
This Habitat for Humanity community will be located on 32nd Avenue East in a neighborhood in the West Samoset section of Bradenton. Bill Moore's home sits right next to the land. He says that he's okay with having this development built here.
As long as they're good residents and keep to themselves, everything will be fine.
We're being told the neighborhood will be called Pulling Gardens in recognition of the family who sold the property. It'll feature environmentally friendly green homes and a community garden.
I am a gardener and a conservationist and a builder, which is at times can be at odds with each other. However, this is an opportunity to put all of those together.
In the coming months, Manatee County Habitat for Humanity will be raising money for the project. Once construction gets underway, they will be looking for volunteers to help build the homes. And ground is expected to be broken here sometime late next year, with all the homes being finished within a couple of years. Reporting from Bradenton, I'm Rick Adams, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Rick. And an affordable housing complex in Venice may also be getting a step closer to being built. The project rests on being awarded state funding, but for the last several years, that project has been denied. Now the Venice Housing Authority is getting money from Sarasota County and the city of Venice, which may inspire the state to award the remainder of that funding.
We're shovel ready. We are ready to go. We have the infrastructure put in. Our plans are just about, I think they're 100% plans now.
Additional money from Sarasota County and the city of Sarasota will be voted on next week. The International Association of Chiefs of Police are conducting a staffing study of the Sarasota Police Department. This evening, the group was taking input from the public regarding police operations. This staffing study, which is being done with the city of Sarasota, will end up being a comprehensive assessment of the police department. And speaking of the Sarasota Police Department, as racial tensions among groups like Black Lives Matter and police officers around the country rise, events like the annual Coffee with a Cop become all the more meaningful. The Sarasota Police Department's top staff, as well as rank-and-file officers, mingled with the community today at the Serving Spoon restaurant on Osprey Avenue. SPD was one of about 2,000 departments that held events across the country. We talked to both a concerned citizen and the police chief about the importance of this gathering.
It's great to be able to talk to the police officers that are working the areas that you work at or you live at. So if you have any concerns, you can talk to them.
This is a type of event that's so important because it allows us to engage with our community and have citizens get to know police officers on a human level. And that ends up building up trust and relationships, which is vital to the safety of our community and the safety of our police officers, which are both a priority for me.
A similar event was canceled this morning by police in Bradenton due to an ongoing boil water advisory in that city. Now we have an update for those living in Bradenton that boil water notice is still in effect. The city issued a boil water notice for residents yesterday after the area experienced a loss of water pressure due to a power failure. As a precaution, all water used for drinking, cooking, making ice, brushing teeth, or washing dishes should be boiled. Now, a rolling boil of 1 minute is sufficient enough. We're told the notice should be lifted by tomorrow. Sarasota County Public Schools are being awarded for their outstanding involvement in the community. 39 public schools have been awarded the Golden School Award, and 17 of those received the 5-Star School Award. These awards show how devoted the schools and their surrounding communities are to their students' success. Now, schools must document volunteer hours equaling twice the student enrollment and train at least 80% of their faculty to work with volunteers. To qualify for the 5-Star School Award, a school must first have a C grade or above and meet Golden School Award eligibility requirements. Well, if you're looking for a job, Manatee County is hosting a big event tomorrow. Manatee County government will be scheduling interviews and making on-the-spot job offers subject to background check and drug screening. The county will be recruiting for all county departments at the Bradenton Convention Center in Palmetto from 2 to 7 o'clock p.m. Some of the departments hiring are the Clerk of Circuit Court, Property Appraiser, the Sheriff's Office, and Tax Collector. There are over 100 positions available. With fall in full swing, the city of Bradenton is changing the hours of the popular splash pad at the Riverwalk. Starting tomorrow, you'll be able to bring your kids for some fun in the sun between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. And if you live in Venice, you don't need to go to Bradenton to let your kids run through the water. The Children's Interactive Fountain in Centennial Park in downtown Venice is now back open. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast, plus an update on the investigation into Russian meddling in the 2016 election.
Everything all right? Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Certainly a busy day for you over in the Weather Center, tracking what's going on in the tropics.
Right, a busy day. It's been a busy 4 or 5 months too. You know, it really got a kickstart during August, obviously, and then September was tough, and then we had a couple of a few days with no hurricanes, no storms, and now we got one and it's back. Right. So we'll take a look at that and let you know what that's doing as well. But for us, we're going to see some showers and storms around, like we saw today. The rainfall not associated with tropical depression number 16. This is associated with the north end of a tropical wave, which is now a trough of low pressure, which is located over the Bahamas and through the Straits of Florida. A beautiful sunset tonight with the clouds around, and that was captured by some of our locals here, local photographers who send photos in to pics at mysuncoast.com. Fred Seeger always sending a photo in from Casey Key. Nice shot right there. And then we had another one from Norm. I missed it, Norm. Sorry about that. Apologize. I'll get that tomorrow. We have some showers around to the east of us now and down to the south. That activity associated with that trough of low pressure, as I mentioned, that trough is going to move off to the west. If it sticks around a little longer, it's going to not allow a high pressure ridge to build over the Bahamas and east of the state, which in turn would mean a weaker high, which means the storm would get closer to Florida. So we're hoping that this moves quickly tomorrow off to the west and then does not influence the building of that high pressure ridge over the Bahamas. Now for us, a passing shower not out of the question this evening, so wouldn't be surprised to hear some shower activity moving overhead. It will be isolated at best, but will increase a little bit more so throughout the midday and into the evening on in through Thursday. As a result of this getting closer to us, it looks rather tropical, doesn't it, with the banding features and kind of spinning down into an area of low pressure. The problem is there's no low there. There's no centralized area of low pressure, and the Hurricane Center isn't giving him much of a chance. 75 right now. The dew point is at 70, which is comfortable. The winds have calmed down just a little bit, but will be breezy again tomorrow. 88 the high today, 1 degree above average of 87, and just 2/100ths of an inch of rainfall. But for the year, we're well above average, over 15 inches. Well, we're above average, too, in terms of the number of intense hurricanes that have developed this year, and this one doesn't appear it's going to be that intense. There's a possibility it could be a Category 1, and there's a possibility it may never get to that status. But right now, the Hurricane Center is suggesting that the forecast model in terms of intensity is very difficult with this storm because it may move over the Nicaraguan coast as well as Honduras and kind of disrupt its flow, and then it will emerge into the northwestern Caribbean where conditions are favorable for development, and then it could even move over the Yucatan Peninsula, which would inhibit it from developing. But it's fairly certain that we will see a tropical storm or a hurricane make landfall in the United States from either Texas all the way over to the Florida Panhandle. The European model, I must tell you, is this one right about here. You don't see it, but it's right about here. So the majority of the models are actually west of the European model, which seldom happens. So we'll see how it plays out. If the storm does move further west, then the GFS will have won this battle in terms of getting it right, and we're hoping they do get it right for us. And the GFS is a much weaker storm, too, as it moves off toward Louisiana. Well, there's the forecast path and track. I told you that earlier. It'll be several hundred miles west of us if indeed it follows this center line. If it gets close to us, again, near the European, it could cause some problems here in terms of some possible tropical storm force winds or just basically heavy rainfall, some coastal erosion, high surf, and even a small storm surge of 1 to 3 feet. That's what it looks like now, but that's all subject to change depending upon what it does. This is the GFS model, and notice the tight gradient here would be a number of different circles, if you will, or isobars, but this one doesn't show that. So the GFS looks pretty good. A weak system moving in toward Louisiana. This is the European, same kind of timing, maybe a little later, but notice the isobars are tightly packed, indicating a stronger storm and closer to Florida at this point. So we'll see how it plans out for us tomorrow and whether that European model is right. We're hoping it's not, but it has been very successful throughout this hurricane season. 40s over the northern plains and northern Rockies. For boaters tomorrow, it doesn't look the best. Northeast winds at 20 to 25 knots, and seas will be again way up there. Tides upcoming, 231 for a high tide, and low tide will be at 723. The forecast, partly cloudy, scattered showers and breezy overnight. The extended forecast calling for a good chance for rain. We'll watch the tropics closely over the weekend. Jacqueline?
All right, thank you, Bob. The investigation into Russian meddling in the 2016 election remains open, according to the top 2 members of the Senate Intelligence Committee. Today's update comes on the heels of Facebook and Twitter announcing that they were paid thousands of dollars by Russian companies running ads attempting to influence Americans during last year's presidential campaign. ABC's Elizabeth Herr is in Washington with more details.
The Russia investigation on Capitol Hill, specifically the issue of possible collusion between Russia and the Trump campaign, continuing.
You can't walk away from this and believe that Russia is not currently active in trying to create chaos in our election process.
Still no conclusion, but the Senate Intelligence Committee revealing Russian attempts to influence voters through social media, now a part of their investigation.
They used the social media firms both in terms of paid advertising and what I believe is more problematic, but created false accounts.
Just last week, Twitter confirmed they identified 200 accounts that spread misinformation that one Russian company spent at least $274,000 for ads targeting swing states to try and help Donald Trump get elected. This week, Facebook announced it turned over thousands of Russian-linked ads to Congress after selling at least $100,000 in ads to fake Russian accounts during and after the presidential election. ABC News obtaining some of those ads congressional investigators say the Russians planted, including this anti-immigration one with the line, "We need to stop this madness. We need Trump."
We have more work to do as it relates to collusion, but we're developing a clearer picture of what happened.
Officials also announced this investigation has now expanded to include reviews of Attorney General Jeff Sessions' possible meeting with a Russian official and the firing of now former FBI Director James Comey. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, Washington.
Sports is next, but first, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
Believe it or not, we spent all day on this. By the way, if Trump is upset Rex Tillerson called him a moron, wait till he finds out what the rest of the country has been calling him. He's going to be mad.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on a pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Watch your Suncoast News at 6 on your streaming device for a chance to win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just watch weekdays at 6 for the word of the week. Then enter the word at mysuncoast.com for your shot at a $50 Visa. We'll pick the winner each week. Good luck.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now, sports.
A Riverview High School graduate is the new pitching coach for the Tampa Bay Rays. Former Rams star Kyle Snyder promoted from AAA to guide the Rays pitching staff next season. He replaces Jim Hickey, the Rays pitching coach for the past 11 seasons. It was one of several coaching changes announced this week by the Rays, who missed the playoffs for the 4th straight season. And the Rockies won the National League's second wild card, and the Diamondbacks won the league's first wild card. Now they're facing off in the wild card game, and only one of the two teams can advance. The winner will move on to play the Los Angeles Dodgers. Currently, the Diamondbacks are winning 8-7 in the top of the 8th. Well, the New England Patriots flying in style this afternoon to Tampa as their new team jet makes its maiden voyage. The team purchased 2 Boeing 767s in August. One plane will be used for main travel and the other as backup. The planes have been retrofitted, taking out some of the 250 seats typically on a 767 to create enough space to accommodate the team and their equipment. 5 Super Bowl trophies adorn the plane's tail, and the Patriots will take on the Buccaneers tomorrow night.
Yeah, well, Coach Cutter does a good job with offense. They have, 3 tight ends, 2 tight ends, and, a lot of 11 personnel. So their tight ends are talented. Their skill players are good, quarterback, running backs, tight ends, receivers. So they got a lot of good options there, and, hard to defend.
Well, that's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers coming up.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
A guy dressed up like the Monopoly Man character photobombed the Senate Banking Committee's hearing on Equifax. Check him out. He's right behind the former Equifax CEO, Richard Smith, who's testifying about the company's massive security breach. The campaign manager of Public Citizen and Americans for Financial Reform explained, saying that Equifax and Wells Fargo use a forced arbitration clause as a get-out-of-jail-free card to ensure consumers can't hold them accountable in court. And clearly, he took that one to heart.
Yeah, you see that guy in the community chest things, and bank error, you collect, bank error in your favor, you collect $25. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Surprised he didn't bring a little Scottish dog with him, that little piece.
Oh, yeah. We are looking at the beautiful sunset. I want to show you this one. I missed this one. Norm Schimmel sends these photos in, and nice shot off of the distance with the Ringley Bridge. And then here is the latest. We'll have an update at 5 a.m., and that could be a tropical storm Nate by then. There's a forecast path and track. Right now looking good for Florida. However, I must caution everyone, it could change. There's a lot of ifs on this one. If this high pressure ridge east of the state is weaker, then it's going to move closer to us.
All right, thanks, Bob. Have a good night. We'll see you back here on ABC7 tomorrow morning.